Hi, it's Rich Tehrani. We're here at CTIA 2010 in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching our program today. We're going to be speaking with Ciaran O'Sullivan, and he is the VP of Sales for YouGetItBack.com. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing, Rich?
Great. Thanks for being on the program.
No problem at all.
Could you give us an overview of your company, please?
Sure. So You Get It Back basically recovers lost and stolen mobile devices like cell phones and laptops. We basically do two things. We make it really easy for good people to do the right thing to get them back to you, and really difficult for bad people to do the wrong thing and take advantage of your device when you don't have it. We have a software that runs on the device, whether it's on a cell phone like a BlackBerry or a Symbian phone or a Windows mobile phone, and a service that backs that up so that if somebody does find it, we make it really easy to get that back to you. And people do that about 75% of the time. So it's pretty cool, yeah.
So what does it do? It flashes on the screen?
Basically,
like
well, what you're able to do is the software is on your device, and after you lose it, you can go on our website and just click a button, and it sends a message to the device, and it activates the application, which locks it. So it prevents whoever found it from getting into your laptop, using your phone to do anything except call us, so that they can't access any of your data. And data is really what it's all about, because when you think about the stuff that you put on your laptop and your cell phone now, I mean, it used to be just phone numbers, but now you've got financial information, you've got emails, you've got all kinds of customer information on there. So having that out in the world and people accessing it is a very dangerous thing for an individual or a company. So we prevent that from happening. And it's very difficult and practically impossible to defeat the locking. So once it's locked, it's locked. So you can feel comfortable that nobody's going to access your data. And you also have the option actually of remotely deleting all your data after the device has been lost. On the other side, we make it really easy for good people to return it to you. So there's instructions, and actually if it's a phone, they could just click a button on the phone and it connects to our service, where they'll get a message saying, thank you so much for returning this item. Please tell us how you'd like to return it. So they can leave the name and number, and the guy will go get it. They can drop it off somewhere, or we'll send you a service to go pick it up, like UPS or one of those.
And how long has the company been around?
Company's been around about 4 years. We've been doing what we're doing right now for about 18 months. It took us a little while to kind of get an identity and figure out exactly how to do this well. But since we switched into the software-based recovery and protection business, it's about 18 months, and it's been going very well. We've had very positive feedback from like multiple mass consumer organizations like retailers and carriers and the like.
So I imagine there's maybe one or two devices you don't work on. Is that true?
Well, we work in basically all laptops because we're Windows and Mac.
Phones.
But on phones, well, we work on
like
the major
iPhone,
smartphones.
I imagine you don't, right?
The iPhone we don't at the moment. There's a little piece of technology they haven't released out to the world yet that would allow us to do what we do. But all the other major platforms, so we have Windows Mobile, Android will be out in about a month, BlackBerry obviously, and Symbian, which is starting to get some presence here in the United States. But then even beyond that, we have another solution that doesn't require any install on the phone. We call it a universal solution, where you can still create the ability for good people to return your device in the event that they find it. And you don't have to install anything, so it works on all phones.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Because I know Apple's Mobile Me service, this is one of the things it does.
Well, it does some of what we do. I mean, they don't have a remote locking capability after you lose your phone. You have to keep it locked so that if somebody finds it, they'll see your name and phone number. But a big drawback of that is they see your name and phone number and your address, which people generally don't want to put out there.
Right.
So what we do is we protect your identity even after you lose your phone, because they're calling us our service. They have no idea who you are, and the only way they'll find out is if you decide to tell them.
But I would imagine Android and most other, like BlackBerries, right? You work on those.
Yeah, we work on all those major platforms, yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, it leads to some very funny recovery stories.
Such as?
Well, we had a guy lose something on a beach one day, and a customer found it, and they called us up and said, hey, I found this on the beach, what do you want me to do with it? And we said, well, hold on. And we called the guy on his cell phone, actually it was his wife's cell phone, and said, hey, how are you? Are you at, it was a place called Kalani Beach, and like, are you at Kalani Beach? And the guy's like, yes, I am. How do you know that? He said, oh, you lost your phone. There's a guy up in the parking lot who's holding it for you. Because about 30% of the time, people find things before the owner realizes they've lost it or has had a chance to return it. So, it's some funny situations. The other thing as well is when you lock your phone, it sounds an alarm, even if you set it to silent or vibrate. So it'll draw attention to the device. So if it's a bad guy who's stolen your phone and this thing starts, sounding an alarm off, he's going to get rid of it pretty quickly.
Or a bad guy becomes a good guy.
Very quickly, yes, very quickly. It's also useful when you're running to catch, your train or your plane and you can't find your phone. you're trying to figure out which cushion it's under, you just
you can sound the alarm.
You can just send it a text message and it'll sound an alarm.
That
so
is
it's a very
really cool
feature.
too. That alone is a very
well. I've used it
interesting
many
feature.
times. My kids laugh at me quite a bit for that.
Yeah, they probably hide the phone for us.
Yeah, they've done that a couple of times. Go ahead, Daddy, call it.
That's great. So what's next for the company?
We will be rolling out our platform not just through our own direct channel, but through several major retail channels over the next 3 to 6 months, so that you'll be able to go into some of the leading electronic stores, either bricks and mortar type or online. And when you buy phones and laptops, you'll be offered, hey, do you want to get this product with it, at a cost, but a very reasonable cost relative to some of the other protection prices that are out there today.
Excellent.
Well, so it does very well.
I really appreciate you being on the program.
No worries
this
at all.
was very educational.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you as well.
Take care.